Hi, my name is Yewande, and today I want to talk about how to find a job as an immigrant in your new country or in a country you intend to move to. I'm a Nigerian and I currently live in Germany. I moved to Germany when I got a job offer to move here. So I moved here with a job, and then when I got to Germany too, I did switch into the current job I'm working right now. So yeah, I have both experiences of searching for jobs from outside the country as an immigrant and inside the country as an immigrant. And I hope these tips will be helpful to you. I think the first thing you need to do is you need to understand what the skill gap is in the country you intend to move into, or the school or the country you currently live in. So for example, in Germany, tech is a very hot field right now. If you live in another country, it could be oil and gas, some other country is media, you need to understand what are the skills in demand. I know there are global skills in demand, but different countries have specific skills that they need based on either their economy, based on their proximity. So some countries need naval workers or people that work on ships because they are coastal cities. Some countries are landlocked, so they have no idea what that is. So you need to do your research about what it is, what's in there. Then next thing you need to do a skill audit. What skills do you have, and do they match with what is required or what's being searched for in this country you're trying to move into? So for example, if tech skills are in demand, what tech skills do you have, and is it what the country also wants and what they need? So this will be very helpful. The third thing you should do is you need to look at the career growth trajectory in this country and the earning potential. You don't want to move into a new career and then you get stuck. And it's really bad when you get stuck as an immigrant, because then you have to start again, and depending on your visa type, it could be really difficult. So yeah, you need to do a lot of research on how far you can go, how far you can grow. So for example, if you want to work in management, do you need to speak the language? What requirements do you need? Do you speak the language? So that's something in Germany, right? If I do want to work in C-level of a certain company, maybe I need to learn the language, or maybe not, depending on the company. So that's something you need to know so you don't get stuck in your career journey. The next thing you want to do is to optimize your resume and your cover letter. Different countries have different requirements for how their resume should look. Some countries require you to put their photos on it, and some countries, if you put your photo on it, you're just setting yourself up for racial discrimination. So you need to research what it is that is required in a place. Do they use LinkedIn? There's Zing in Germany that's quite popular. Some countries have their local specific tools, so that might be useful for you. Yeah, you need to know, do you need the language? This skill that you've picked, do you understand the language? Is there language proficiency or communication gap? So if you want to work in media, for example, I have a Nigerian accent. If I want to work in media in the US, is even if I'm very good, will people understand me on the TV? Will the average American understand me? So these are things you need to research and really know about if there's a gap that you need to fill in there. Next thing you need to know, which is very important, is the work visa you're on, or the kind of visa you're on. So a lot of countries offer a form of job seekers visa. You need to understand, can you move into your chosen field with your visa, and what visa do you require? So there's so many complexities with visa. In some countries, you studied in school has to match with the job that you're going into, or you need to have a certification, you need to have a professional certificate, you need to have some apprenticeship to move into the next visa. You also need to know the progression, the visa progression, right? So what happens if you lose your job, or if the company kind of like folds up? So during the pandemic, some companies closed down, and in some countries, you just have 2 weeks to find another job. And that is a very, very stressful position to be in. So these are things you need to research about. So what kind of visa do you need, and what are the visa rules and restrictions in there? What's also the progression to permanent residency and citizenship, if this is something you are interested in? Also, what's the restriction on your passports? So there's some passports that can't work in certain countries, unfortunately. Do your research really about what you need. The thing you need to do is to network. In a lot of countries, your network is very important to you getting a job, right? So some countries, it's easier to get a job when you know somebody, right? When you join a professional body. So you need to know what the law of the land is. What do I need to know, or who do I need to know to get the kind of job I want? So you might not be used to this, but like I said, you want to move to that country, or this is something you want. So you need to understand what you need to do to get what you want. And you need to see if there's something that aligns with your values, or this is something that you're like, nah, I can't do. Yeah, and then, reach out to your network, apply for jobs, learn how to interview. Yeah, and just I think with this, if you do have this information, this should be very helpful for you to get started. Let me know if there's something else that you did or that you know about that's required as an immigrant to kind of like get a job in a new country. And let me know if this video was helpful for you. All right, have a great rest of the day. Bye.